Well, hello everybody. It is me, Rachel, back at it again with doing this pandemic, which most people are, so able to get back onto the YouTube channel. But it's been a long time waiting. So it's already been 3 years since my last video, but really 5 years since I last updated my journey into the world of getting into the military. So let's go ahead, let's get to it. Alright, so I watched my last video, which was all about, apparently I only did my first and second test, which the first one you already know is the score of a 7, and the second test was a score of a 9. But that was when I was trying to get into the Coast Guard. Now, what happened is somewhere along the ways in 2019 is when I said I'm gonna get a grip and I'm going to study my ass off and get into my third test and try to pass. So with the good gracious of my mother and a little bit of my dad, we were able to find a tutor in my area, and she was just a basic like teacher tutor that you would hire for like school to teach you your math, the science, word knowledge, all that stuff. And she taught me from the actual ASVAB book, Prep Plus ASVAB. It was the 2018 through 2019 during that time. So this is the thick book that I got. She got for me, really. She's such a great tutor. She went all this way to get this, and we studied. And we studied all this fine knowledge of the ASVAB with math, word knowledge, and all that stuff. It's just all in here. And so we went through it all, and at the end of it, there's even a CD where a CD, is that the thing? Oh, there's a online website where you can actually take the test, and it will actually have the timer on you, and it's like a really great way to practice. So once I did that, I think I did it for like a few months, tutoring with this lovely lady, and then I decided let's go ahead and take my test. So in September 2019 is when I took the test. However, this time I actually was trying to go for the Army, and the reason being for that is because the Army has a lower score rate for you to enlist into the military, and he was just nice overall, and he was closer to my area, to my home, instead of me driving all the way out to Galveston at that time of my life, which the Coast Guard recruiting office was super far from me. But anyways, I did it, and I actually passed. I passed with the exact score of a 32, and that is literally the mark of passing in the Army. And I was so proud of myself. I was like, yes, let's freaking go. Like, let's go ahead and get this bread. And I, unfortunately, because that score was right on the mark, it didn't open up a large variety of jobs that were open or available. There was only 3 jobs available, and the one that I chose was 88 mic. And that's a very dangerous job. If you don't know what that is, it's
like you're working with huge vehicles, tanks, and you're like moving supplies, even people, and you can be in the most dangerous areas. And yeah, we hear the good and the bad side of it. It just depends on how you feel about it, or especially how your family feels.
Honestly, I took that job because I said I am so desperate to get into this job, to get into the military in general, that I said, yeah, let me go in for this. I don't care how dangerous it is, because I believe in God. So if I was to be shot by a bullet, then that's God's will. And I had so much faith in God that it will not happen, because I had so much life for my future that I really wanted to do. So I really had no fear of going into such a dangerous field because I knew what I was getting myself into. Like, any job that you go to in the military, it's not going to be like an easy deal or something easy or fun. It's you have to know what you're signing up for, okay? So that was that. And so I just said, let me just get in. So we went to MEPS, and when I went there to sign the stuff, to sign the papers and accept this job that I was offered, they said that I was not, that the job was not available. And I said, how is it not available when it was given to me? And they're like, yeah, it's not available. I don't know why they offered you that. But if you want to go ahead and like try doing your ASVAB again and get a higher score, then more job opportunities will open for you. And in the deepest part of my heart, I knew I did not want to do it. I absolutely could not. I did not want to lose this score. I knew I wasn't going to get anything better than that. That's just my brain set. Everyone's brain set's different. Y'all might have bigger confidence in yourself so you could get a higher score. I just knew for me that was done. I should have never done anything further than that. And then what happened is, as I went home, I was gonna get ready to go to work and such, and then my recruiter calls me saying like, hey, are you available to like go take the ASVAB and I could pick you up in like 30 minutes? And I'm like, what? No, but I can see what I can do. And that was my biggest mistake. I was taken to MEPS. I got I got time off from my job, and I went to MEPS, and what some friends like to say was that I was blindsided, or I was really taken in too quickly on this one without thinking twice. And I think the pressure of just trying to do something good, like maybe I'll get higher score, maybe something else, blah, blah, blah. I took the second test, and that score I made was a 21. That's below passing. And what happened after that is I said, well, we can at least use my one good score to get me a job. I'll just have to wait for something to open up, like originally I was planning to do. But they said, actually, it's your latest score is what they're going to hold you accountable of, and that's what they're going to use. And so since my latest score was a 21, I failed. That means nothing is open to me, nothing I qualify for, and I am not eligible to enlist into the military. That was such a hard time in my life, like that he just pulled me out and said, let's go ahead and do it again. And I just wasn't ready. I was not prepared at all. I just was not mentally and physically ready. And I shouldn't have done that, but I did. And that's what happened, and that's what has led me here today, with a much better and happier life, I should say. I think things happen for a reason, and I think God has something much more brighter and bigger for me, in which it was. You know how this channel was supposed to be dedicated to letting people feel motivated, like especially females or males, like you can get anywhere into the military. And I did motivate one person. He's my good friend, and he was my long distance relationship at the time, and he was motivated to try again as well in the Army, because many years before he tried to enlist into the Air Force because he has a military family as well. However, certain Air Force is very strict. They have so many strict rules, and one of the rules was, just it wouldn't let him get in no matter how smart he was. So he went to the Army because it was more relaxed. They don't have that many strict rules, and he was able to get in to the Army. And at that point, he had a stable job, a good settled future. Those 4 years in long distance relationship, because it's hard. And then on our 5th year, we decided to get married before he went off to the army, because he decided that he really wanted to have me in his life. And I was, it brings me almost to tears just to remember the time that those things happened, because if I was to take that job as 88 Mike, I don't think I would have been married. I don't think I would have had such a great life with where I am right now. And I'm just so happy where I am right now. I'm just super happy and blessed that this is where it turned out to be, because I wouldn't be where I am today, and I'd be out there doing some hard stuff, and who knows what would have come my way if I did that. I was so desperate just to get in that now I'm just so blessed to have a good home, a good life. I have 2 cats, no children yet. We plan to just enjoy our marriage, and I'm so happy. I am so happy where I am right now because of him. And he is my best friend and my greatest love forever. And so yeah, we got married, and when he was done with his training, I came over and moved with him, and the rest is history. And that's where I am right now. I'm just enjoying my life and having a great time. What else more is there to say? I just want y'all to know that it's not about, I guess it's not about quitting or finding something else and moving around. I don't know what I'm trying to say here, but life points you in different directions, and things happen for a reason, is how I feel. And I just want you to know that whatever your heart desires, whatever you know and whatever you feel is right, is, it's not a wrong or a bad decision. You'll learn from your mistakes, you'll improve yourself, and you'll definitely go somewhere far. It may take you a year, maybe even 12 years, but there's something good at the end of the whole chaos. And right now we are going through a pandemic, and I figured I need to find a hobby to do. I mean, obviously I work, but I feel like I should find more of a home-on project. And maybe if I have the courage, or if I have the will, and if y'all are interested, that I would like to continue pursuing on YouTube, which it could be anything really. It could be like a reaction channel, it could be like an arts craft channel, or even gaming channels, because I like playing games too. Whatever y'all find interested, just leave it in the comments down below. If there's any specific questions that y'all have in regards to the military, I won't really exactly answer those questions, because I do plan to leave some of my life private and certain things unsaid. But if there's anything that y'all have questions with what I should do now, I'd love to hear them. What do y'all plan that I should be doing? And yeah, but thank you for joining, and I hope y'all enjoyed this and have a wonderful, wonderful New Year's. Bye. I see y'all have made it to my end card. Well, just to clarify, I wanted to thank the Odd Ones Out, because he made a video about, how I'm making crappy videos, and all you have to do is just push that upload button. I just figured, yeah. And then my hubby, who was watching it with me, was like, you need to go and do that too and find yourself a hobby. And I said, well, of course, my dear, I'll go ahead and just do that, and I'll just push that upload button and make a crappy video. So thank you to the Odd Ones Out, and thank you to my hubby, and also thank you to, I don't want to say fans like I'm trying to flex like I already have people, but I'm just trying to say, I guess, to the people who have followed from the very beginning of my journey, and now that this journey has been finally concluded, it is now over, the end of that chapter. Just want to say thank you for y'all who have been asking me questions on what's been going on with my life now, and the stories that y'all shared with me. I hope that y'all have either pursued, or y'all are successful, or y'all went the other direction, wherever it may have been. I just hope that you guys have really continued also with your part of your story and had a great time of your life as well. So thank you from the bottom of my heart for joining with me, and I hope that y'all have a great time as well. Sorry, that's my cat. So yeah, that's the end of my end card. See ya. Jim Jim, what you doing, Jim Jim? What you doing, baby?